miss you guys and girls so much. I wish I could be there with you in Slovenia for your summer tour event, but unfortunately, you have me digitally, digital version of Ludo. Um, and today, I feel like you probably see this coming and you could understand what was going on, but I'm here to talk about a subject that is very passionate. It's very close to my heart. It's my baby.
Yes.
Brigita knows it so well, and it's plant protein. So, and especially I would like to talk about the topic of why everyone needs protein in their diet, in their life. Um, Both men and women, but women might need even more than we expect, and I would cover that. So yeah, just as a little bit of a background, you obviously know me. I'm the product education manager for Europe. I transitioned from my previous job to this one, and I got really into our product side of things. One of my first projects that I started to work on actually 2 years ago when I still was a sales manager is exactly protein. So this is why I'm so passionate, and I hope you guys get to try the protein and enjoy as much as I do. I promise it's such an easy way to incorporate a lovely, delicious macronutrient into your diet. So let me just jump right back in, and I will share a few slides, just literally 2 slides.
Correct.
Okay, let me. Hopefully, you should be able to see my slides. Brigi, can you see them? Yeah? Okay, perfect. So there you go, guys. As I promised, let's start by talking why everyone needs protein. So the EFSA, which is the European Food Safety Authority, recommends that every adult should consume between 0.83 to about 1 gram per kilogram of body weight in protein per day. So I let you do your math. My brain is a bit like, I cannot do the math for you, but that is quite a lot of protein. And the reason why we need this amount of protein in the body is to avoid a nitrogen imbalance. Now, again, just stay here with me for a moment. I don't want to get too sciencey, but basically what this sentence means to avoid a nitrogen imbalance is nitrogen is a chemical compound and it's one of the building blocks of amino acids. And amino acids are one of the Lego blocks or building blocks for protein. So it's like a chain, right? This is why nitrogen is such an important compound to have enough storage of in our body. Otherwise, our body cannot produce amino acids, and therefore we cannot produce protein. You can think about nitrogen as our currency in the body. So everything we do is like either giving your body nitrogen or like removing nitrogen from the body. When we consume protein, we are like entering, we are allowing our body to store nitrogen. But when we sweat a lot through exercise, maybe we are excreting nitrogen. Obviously, through urine, we excrete nitrogen and so on. So it's really important to always have that balance of nitrogen. The only two cases when we want to see a nitrogen positivity, like a plus sign and having more than needed in the body, two cases. One, for kids and children and teenagers because they're growing, they need their muscle, they need to develop their muscle, they need to develop their brain and so on. And the second case is for pregnant women because obviously they are carrying a baby in their bellies and they need to have nitrogen in abundance to be able to grow the baby human in their belly. So those are the only two cases where we want to have like this positive nitrogen. Otherwise, it should always be in balance to basically create what in the body is called homeostasis, which is a Greek word for balance. So you see, it's really, really important that everyone should consume enough protein because protein is crucial and research is starting to support even more this direction. Protein is crucial to our brain health and to the maintenance of cognition while we age. So of course, we always want to age really gracefully, really beautifully, not just from the outside, and our skin and muscle look, you know, toned and feeling great, but we also want to take care of our brain. And again, because of protein is such a crucial, important part of the chemical messengers and messages received by the brain, it's important for us to consume an adequate amount of protein. Obviously, the protein amount and the protein intake varies person to person, and the exact amount that you need depends on your weight, on your sex, if you're a man or a woman, on your genetic, on your activity level, quite a lot, and there are other many other factors to consider. So, for example, the amount of protein that I, Ludo, personally need might be completely different to what Brigita here needs, because we're two completely different people. And we have two different lifestyle, two different sports level, and so on and so forth. But just as a general rule of thumb, I wanted to put on this slide that amount, 0.83 until maximum 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. So you will do your own calculations. But why do you think women need more protein than men? It is actually reality. I'm not inventing it, guys. So if you remember those numbers, we said for adults in general, and that is all fine, and I wasn't lying to you, those numbers are the minimum amount that it's needed for the body not to incur into a nitrogen imbalance. But actually, to achieve optimal health in us women, it is recommended that we should consume between 2 and 3 times that amount. Okay, so it goes somewhere from 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Apologies, I cannot talk today. So as you can imagine, as you can see from these numbers, it's quite a big gap. And why is that? Well, it's because women function in a completely different way than men. And as if we needed another example, another reminder of that, science is giving us so many examples. But I want to especially talk to you about 2 things. So we all know, being women, whoever between us is a woman knows that we have something called the menstrual cycle. And that dictates not just, you know, maybe our mood, our cravings, but it also dictates how much of each macronutrient, as in protein, carbohydrate, and fats, we want, we crave, and we need more in each phase of our cycle. And this is something that I got really curious in. So I encourage you to get curious, read research paper, investigate how our body works, because I think it's such a fascinating subject. I love it. But why I'm mentioning this is because for women, research is starting to show how we really have a need for an increase intake of protein during the luteal phase of our cycle. Now, the luteal phase of our cycle is the last phase of the cycle. Okay, so what happens after ovulation? And we need that because our body is replenishing the storage of protein. Unfortunately, we cannot store protein in our body, but that is a clear signal that our body needs that. And the cravings that we have, we should obviously listen to our cravings. And usually what will happen is that our body is signaling to us what we crave. So maybe when we bleed in the period phase, we crave more, I don't know, chocolate or fatty food. In the days before we actually, the menstruations actually starts, we need more protein in our body. So it's always a good idea to pre-make and store maybe in your fridge or freezer some snacks, some healthy snacks, and I can give you a few recipes, a few tips and tricks later. But keep those healthy protein-packed snacks in your fridge so that you will not be tempted to maybe reach for the chocolate. You have time for chocolate later when your actual period starts. But yeah, as I said, it's important to give our body protein, especially in that last phase of our cycle. Reason number 2 why women should consume more protein is because while we age, we approach something that is called perimenopause or menopause. And this is something that men, lucky you guys, don't experience. And again, this is a crucial phase of our life. And during this phase, our hormone balance goes a little bit all over the place. Not only that, but research is starting to show like women approaching that phase tend to be more prone to develop something called osteoporosis, which is the loss of bone density. So our bones are not longer super strong and not able to keep us really like together, but we might be more exposed to the risk of fractures, breaking a bone and something like that. And unfortunately, this is a disease that is more common in women than men. And consuming enough protein in the diet makes sure that we not only preserve our good muscle, but also we preserve our bones mass. So that is crucial. And another tip that I will add, and it's not written here, is we should all start to incorporate some strength training into our daily activities. So since teenagerhood, we've been kind of forced to think that cardio is the only thing that makes sense in terms of physical exercise, that we should run and burn calories and blah, blah, blah. For us women, it's even more crucial to develop a strong body, and that means lifting weights. I'm not telling you to go and become a bodybuilder necessarily, even if I love it. But it's really important to build a strong muscle so that then you need to replenish with protein, and that will help you preserve your body as strongly, as beautifully as it's intended to be in nature. So we are designed to move, and our body is designed to thrive under every condition, but sometimes we need to give our body a little help. And strength training is great, and also incorporating enough protein in your diet is also absolutely crucial. And then another point I wanted to mention is, again, research is starting to show like more and more the fact that we should incorporate more protein to take better care of our brain and support cognition and memory while we age. What will happen, and I'm sure maybe some of you will have experienced that through family or friends, what can happen while we age is a little memory loss. Might be short-term memory loss or long-term. Having an adequate amount of protein in our body throughout our diet is really important to be able to preserve our brain and our cognition and our memory, while we age. So these are all the reasons why we should really look at consuming more protein, incorporating more protein in the diet. Let me stop share. I will go back to full screen. Okay. As I was saying in the beginning, I would encourage you to just be creative with your protein. It's really easy to just mix it in water if you're on the go. I always take mine. I use this blender bottle. I usually put like around 400 milligrams of water, maybe some ice cubes in summer, 2-3 scoops of protein. The dose is 32 grams of our beautiful plant protein. It's really easy. You just measure it using a kitchen scale. You can just shake it and go. There are other beautiful, delicious recipes that you can make. Currently, I'm a bit obsessed with, it's super simple. It's just mixing.
I just want to ask you.
There you go. So what I've recently discovered, it was just random, but Greek yogurt goes really, really well with our plant protein. And I wasn't expecting that. But what I'm doing is mixing like a big pot of yogurt, around 150 grams of protein. Sorry, 150 grams of yogurt with 32 grams of protein, whichever flavor you prefer, vanilla or chocolate.
Okay.
You mix it really well, and then you will put it on a piece of paper, and you can create sort of like mini dot or like a scoop.
Yes. Yes.
And then you can maybe add on top a few berries, like one blueberry, one blackberry, or something that satisfy your cravings. And then you put it in the freezer.
Okay.
You put it in the freezer for a couple of hours. And then once you want to consume it, you take 1 or 2 out, you leave it in the fridge so that it returns to normal temperature. And when you want your protein packed snack, there you have it. It's like a frozen yogurt bite.
Perfect.
It satisfies all craving. It's super simple. It's something really fun to create. You can change the toppings. You can have fruit. You can have a piece of chocolate. You can have coconut. You can have almonds, whatever. And it's something that for me is really hitting the spot. I absolutely, absolutely adore it. If you want more inspiration on the digital marketing kit, and Brigita will maybe show you the QR code or the link. There are so many recipes. So please go, be creative, and just enjoy the world of protein, because I think you'll be really excited to try it out.
Perfect.
How does that
I
sound for
love
you?
them. You know, I love more chocolate than vanilla, and I'm not chocolate person.
You know, it happened the same to me. I'm usually a vanilla girl. I've
Same.
always been, throughout my life, I've been a vanilla protein
Me too.
person. Now it's been, I think, like 2 months since I've really started to discover the chocolate flavor, and I'm obsessed. Even in my Greek yogurt, I just mix it with the chocolate protein. And another healthy trick, if you are really, really in a rush in the morning, and sometimes it happens, right? It's life. As much as we want to be perfect and plan everything, sometimes it's just hectic. If I don't have time to sit down and have a proper breakfast, what I would do is, you guys know I love coffee. I just cannot live without.
Yeah, too.
There you go. So what I would do is brew myself a longer cup of coffee, not an espresso, like a bit longer, and adding at least 1 scoop of protein and then mixing it. The result is this creamy, delicious protein packed coffee that will keep you going for a few hours until you have time to sit down and have lunch or proper meal. So that is also a little inspiration that I started to do only when I'm in a rush, but it's very effective, and it's something that you can try too. And obviously you can also add essential oils. You can add cardamom, one of my favorite. You can add anything like vanilla essential oil, anything that you crave, that you like.
Perfect. I need to drink coffee now with
Yes.
proteins because, you know, I really love them, like, but I never use them with yogurt or with coffee. And this is interesting, even for
Please,
me.
yes, please try these simple recipes. Let me know. Message me on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, however you want to connect with me. Just let me know what you think. And I hope that you enjoy this product as much as I do. And next time I want to be with you physically there in Slovenia. I miss you guys so much. I love you. I love you so much. You just give me so much joy, and I cannot wait to be with you in real life and just enjoy each other's presence.
We miss you too, and we really hope that we will see each other in person as soon as possible.
We'll make it happen as soon as possible.
Perfect. Thank you, Luda, for all your words and advices.
Pleasure.
And see ya.
I will see you super soon. If you have questions, let me know and I'll be happy to answer.
Thank
Ciao,
you.
guys.
Ciao.